Hello, Lulu and Poppy.
Hello.
We've got a really nice story for you.
Yeah.
It's about a lady who lived with the monkeys to help them survive. Her name was Jane.
Jane and the
Chimps.
chimps.
It was a hot, sticky day in the Tanzanian rainforest. Birds trilled, monkeys capered in the trees, and bush pigs snuffled around on the forest floor. A leopard hid in the underbrush, but it was almost impossible to
Oh,
see it.
nice spotting, Papa Rick. What wasn't hard to spot, though, was the blonde woman sitting up in the tree. The group of chimpanzees knew she was watching them, this pale, hairless ape, but they didn't know why. So they kept her at a safe distance, running away whenever she tried to get near. The woman's name was Jane Goodall, and she was just now wondering if this was all going to work out. Oh, we just got to move the camera.
Her boss had sent her there to study wild chimpanzees and learn about their behavior, even though she'd never studied animals before and she hadn't even been to college yet. He'd
Wow.
taken a chance on her. Deep down, Jane knew why. She was smart and brave and she loved animals.
Mhm. But how was she going to learn anything about these chimps when they wouldn't let her get close? Weeks had passed, and her little black cloud of worry was getting bigger and bigger. What if she failed?
A memory came floating back to her
Mm.
from when she was 4 years old. She'd been staying at her grandmother's farm, and every day Jane would help her grandma collect the eggs from the chicken coop.
Mm.
But Jane wanted to know, how did hens lay eggs anyway?
Very
How
curious.
do hens lay eggs?
Mm.
Anyway, she decided the best way to find out would be to see for herself. So she climbed into one of the hen houses. In a flurry of feathers, the hen inside bolted out, squawking, bark, 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 bark. But little Jane didn't give up. Instead, she settled into the corner and waited. Hours passed. Her legs cramped up and she almost fell asleep.
I don't blame her. But eventually, a hen wandered in and laid her egg. And Jane saw it. She was so happy.
Watching the chimpanzees was the same, Jane told herself. She simply had to wait long enough.
Waiting wasn't easy, but Jane was good at it. And eventually, it paid off.
Of course, one day, while Jane was watching the chimp with the greyish white whiskers on his chin, the one she'd named David Greybeard, she saw something incredible. He plucked a stick from the grass, stripped off its leaves, and stuck it down a termite hole. When he brought it out, it was covered in termites, which David nibbled off.
Oh, this might not seem that amazing at first, especially the part about eating bugs. But what David showed Jane was that chimps can use tools. He'd made himself a fishing rod to fish for termites. No one knew animals could do that. They'd thought only humans were smart enough. This was Jane's first big discovery. Wow.
David Greybeard helped her again by being the first chimp brave enough to let her get closer, or actually to get closer to her. He wandered into her campsite one day, tempted by some tasty palm nuts, and then he kept coming back. Once, he even stole some of her bananas. Jane started waiting for his visits, making sure to have bananas at the ready. Soon enough, David got used to having her around. He even took a banana right from her hand.
Wow. Pretty cool, isn't it?
Mm.
Jane knew Jane knew then that David Greybeard was her friend. When he saw her in the forest, he would hoot his hello.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
And sometimes he would even join her up on the mountain while she sat and did her research. With David Greybeard's trust came the slow blossoming of trust from the other chimps, and over time, Jane got to know them very well.
She learned that chimpanzees were a lot like people in other ways too. They had families and friends. They played, they hugged and kissed and felt fear and joy and sadness.
Now, Jane Goodall is famous around the globe for the work she's done with chimpanzees, not just in showing us how they live, but in helping protect them and helping protect the planet.
It was worth all the time and the waiting to get to know these special creatures, to tell their stories, and to remind the world that animals and people might not be so different after all.
Isn't that a great pick? We hope you enjoyed your story.
Is that the end?
That's the end.
Oh, no, I'm
I
sad.
think so. Yep, no more. We love you. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll do another story soon.
Love you.
Miss you.
Miss you. Give us a call before you get on the plane.
Whenever works for you. We love you. Travel safe if you haven't left yet. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.